I'll show you what I did today playing on the Sawmill. Made up some lapboard siding for what it's worth. I didn't do true, well, I guess it's true, I don't know, true lap siding. A lot of people on their portable mills, they show, you know, how they've got that little, they got a lap siding jig and they cut it about 3/4 inch on one side and 1/4 inch on the other side and sit there and rock the cant back and forth. Well, I don't have one of those. And I was thinking about how I could cut this siding, and I've got these little wedges. I thought, man, I gotta put the wedges in, make a pass, take the wedges out, make a pass, put them in, make a pass. Like, that's really gonna suck. Well, then I got to looking at the siding that I have. Now, this is just hardy board, hardy plank, but when you look up here at it, it's about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thick. Now, mind you, this is cement board, so it's extremely durable at that thickness, so that's fine. But I thought, well, if hardy plank can be cut just flat, why can't I do it with wood? Well, I sure can. The only question is, how durable will it be? Well, this stuff is going to be going right up here, just this little bit of trim on that exposed wood, and then around this corner there on that 2x12. So it's going to be pretty well protected. I mean, I'm sure, yeah, at some point the kids are going to throw a ball or something up there and bounce it against there, be my guess. But I'm really not concerned about it. So I went ahead and just cut it flat at 3/8 of an inch. Now, obviously, you'll see there's some live edge here on the bottom. I'm not going to keep that look. Some people do that. They intentionally cut it live edge and they let it overlap. I'm not going to do that. So where it has live edge that can't be hidden by the overlap, you know, used for the nail strip, I'll just have to cut it off. So not all these pieces will stay this long, but I mostly cut it just for an experiment to see how well I could do it. So it's about 3/8 of an inch thick. I measured the first few pieces and then I just kind of eyeballed it. You can see it's got a good flexibility to it, but it's not so thin that it breaks. It doesn't snap on me. My wife is playing Tarzan and beating on the glass. I should show her to you guys just so I can embarrass her. There you can see an idea of the profile of it. But I've got here, there's 10 pieces. They gross out at just shy of 13 feet long. That's because I'd cut the logs at 13 feet so I could trim them down to 12 foot, kind of standard dimension. So they're just shy of 13 feet. Of course, I'll lose a couple feet off the end of most of them. But again, if you say 13 times 10, 130, just call them. Just say they're going to net out to where I'll get, you know, 8 feet per. I've got 80 linear feet. And, oh, excuse me, baby. I'm going to need 2 layers. It's about 13 inches. If we go out here and get myself distracted, that's about 13 inches from the bottom of the plywood down to cover that piece of trim. Call it 14. So I basically planned for, you know, 7-inch siding or a 7-inch reveal, which is why I cut them at 8s. But two layers, 2 runs, whatever you want to call it, to be enough. And this porch is 10 feet out from the house, 25 feet across. So just for the porch, you've got 10, 25, and then it sticks out another 4, so just call it 30. So that's 40 linear feet. And then you come around here and we go another 10, so 50 plus another 10 for easy number, 60. So I've got 80 linear feet. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Oh, yeah. Yes, I think that'll work. Maybe. Oh boy, now I got myself confused. Doesn't matter. If it's not enough, I'll cut more. But I was thinking, I just did one log. Like I said, I just did one log as an experiment, basically. I had that log on the mill. A lot of the stuff that I'm sawing up that I'm getting from the clearing job, by the time you square it, it's hard to get a board 8 or 9 inches wide. So they're just not very big logs. So take what I can get out of it. And yeah, if I have to cut more, I will. But I really just want to show it to you guys. Like I said, so this is just sawed out, just flat 3/8 inch thick. My measurement guide on the mill does not have a 3/8 inch step down. The lowest it goes is inch. So like I said, I did have to measure each one off the blade, and then once I got it kind of figured out, I just eyeballed it. It doesn't have to be these are all, you know, it's going to be 3/8 plus or minus a 16th. You're not going to know looking up at it there on the deck. You wouldn't know if you were looking at it face to face unless you measured. So should be fine, but it was of course a lot easier to cut than trying to use if I had the proper lap siding jig. Yeah, you can sit there and just thump a handle up and down. Once again, there's my wife playing Tarzan for you guys. I guess she just wants attention, I don't know. So, do you want to be on the video?
No.
No, doesn't want to be on video. Just wants to distract me.
What's that little one doing?
And this one's playing in water, which is fine. So yeah, I guess if I had the lap jointer tool, I could have, you just kind of up, down. But even with those, I see that you don't measure off the mill when you cut those. People just eyeball it anyway. So this works just the same. So yeah, easy to cut. I don't see any reason why you need to do the tapered on them if you don't want to. Just did plain old flat. That's the way this hardy plank is. And I think it'll work out just fine. I'll try to remember and show it to you guys once I put it up.